Hey guys, and welcome back to the 1.51 dev server in War Thunder. I've got a lot of content that I want to show you in this video, and most specifically trying out various vehicles, not all of them, but some of them, in combat scenarios to see what they're like, and also showing you this new map, Finland, which is possibly one of two new maps that is going to be coming out. I say possibly because this one has been confirmed, but Gaijin has also teased Stalingrad on social media. However, they've only teased it. It hasn't actually been introduced just yet. So here we go. This is Finland, and I'm showing you guys just what it looks all around the map. I started off in the northern spawn point and heading down along the left-hand side of the map on the mini-map, if you see that in the bottom right-hand corner, and just showing you the village that you'll encounter. This looks like a lot of flanking options. And I don't believe you can actually break these buildings. I've tried shooting at them and they didn't actually crumble apart or anything. So you'll be using them as cover and just intertwining around them. You'll notice that there was ice over the water. Yes, you can actually go on top of that ice and traverse across it. And now I'm heading towards the spawn point of the south, which is just around this location. And I'm going to be breaking off into the other side of the map over here towards the right-hand side on the mini-map. And this looks like a lot more of a funneled sort of area where encounters are going to be a lot more on the straight. So I can imagine if you're using a tank destroyer, this is going to be an absolutely amazing place to go, especially if you're more into camping a spot and just killing any people who are heading down along that area. You'll definitely be able to punish them with your powerful cannons and get some good cover there. This is the middle of the map where it looks like it's going to be no man's land. Lots of areas for cover and just a lot of flanking opportunities as well. Now the first tank that I took out was the SU-100Y. Mind you that these are in custom battles, so the balance is not here at all. A lot of people are using higher tier tanks like the Leopard 1, the M60, you know, those new high tier ground force vehicles. But I just want you guys to appreciate just the snow on this map. It looks so cool seeing all the tracks laid by the vehicles, and it just looks absolutely awesome, especially when you look back and seeing all these intertwining vehicle tracks. You can imagine once you have a full game of all those players, like 16 for 16 or whatever the number is, and just seeing all the tracks, it's just gonna look really cool, and it adds to the atmosphere of the map itself, the snow. I tried to take out an enemy vehicle as a low tier 1, but as you can imagine, having about 250-ish millimeters of penetration, yeah, I just went right through the vehicle. Now I died really fast because, well, look at this, an M103 came out of nowhere, and let's just be real here, guys. What is an SU-100Y gonna do against the M103? But it is custom battle, so I'll forgive him. Of course I'm gonna die, but what you might notice is that in the bottom left hand corner they updated the damage indicator, so it shows you how many crew members you have alive and what components are damaged. It's just a really nice thing to have, so you don't have to press your hotkey to show you the internals of your vehicle. You can actually just look at the bottom left hand corner and it just gives you a nice detailed representation of what your tank is currently like. It's actually really nice because it's updated to every single tank model in the game. Like, you look at World of Tanks and then it will be like a generic model, for example, but this is updated to every single tank in the game. Gives you detailed info. Really nice. So I took out my new T10M, and it's a really speedy tank, much faster than the SU-100Y I was using, of course. I took a shot against the Super Hellcat, instantly destroyed him, but that should be no surprise. But there again is the M103 just ahead of me, the guy who killed me. Dude, not even a chance. You can see how he penetrated me and how he killed me. Right into the belly, right into the ammo rack. It bounces off, and then I'm dead. So then I took out the new NBFZ, and I just wanted to see what the guns were like on it. So as you can notice, there are two different cannons, both on the same turret, and you can alternate the fire between them if you have the hotkey set up. Or you can just fire them at the same time. And I just wanted to see the variation between the two. But it's obviously not that much. One's to the left, one's to the right. But as you might have noticed, there's also plenty of machine guns on this tank. And depending the way that you rotate and which way your primary gun is facing, depends which gun will fire. So if I'm facing to the front, then my one machine gun at the back is not gonna fire, whereas if I rotate to the side, then my primary machine gun and my back machine gun is gonna start firing, whilst my front one shuts off. Another vehicle I wanted to try was the new Hurricane with the 40mm cannons on it. I wanted to see how much speed was reduced every time I use the cannons, and what you'll see is that every time I fire, I lose about 5 kilometers per hour in speed. How do these work against vehicles? Well, if my aim was a little bit better, we could actually see. But it seems like once the shot gets on, then these AI vehicles, these light ones, just pretty much die in one shot. So then I wanted to check what the guns were like when you spam the fire button, and what you'll notice is that the longer it goes on for, the guns heat, but also they start to alternate fire rather than go off at the same time, and this causes the plane to jerk in different directions, to the left, to the right, and that makes the aim very, very inaccurate. So I tried the plane out in some actual combat scenarios by trying to shoot at people on the ground. I found it kind of hard actually to hit the people because the guns don't seem to converge that well. Even after I changed my gun convergence from about 700 meters to 300 or 400, around that range, I found it still quite damn hard to even hit anything, whether it was in the sky or on the ground. It took me numerous shots just to actually hit anything, and eventually I killed that biplane. But I could imagine if your targets are moving at faster speeds, it's going to be near nigh impossible to actually take out your opponent. I'm going to try going for this PE2. You'll notice how hard it actually is and just how much these shells don't converge on where I want them to. They go off to the sides. But finally, I do manage to take out that PE2. Now, I found these guns to be kind of underwhelming against heavier targets. In fact, I didn't kill any heavier targets. But when I went for specifically lighter ones, like this Panzer over here, I did actually kill him. No, that wasn't him jumping out or anything. That was actually me finishing him off. My shells went into his side armor and killed his crew. And this guy actually happened to be a viewer of the channel because he knew who I was. So, sorry man, but we did it for science. I then took out the new Ki-44 and J2M5 into some test flights because I wanted to see what their climb rates were actually like. Because on paper, the Ki-44 has like a 23.6 meter per second climb rate. And oh my god, look how claustrophobic it is in there. It's so tiny! You can't even move, it's like a coffin. It literally is a flying coffin. It has like a 23.6 meter per second climb rate at stock. And I wanted to see if it was actually like that. Now this is an arcade, and that is definitely not 23.6. Alright, so this is an arcade. I imagine that this could easily translate over to RB as well. It's not gonna have that amazing of a climb rate. Kind of weird how on paper it says it does, but then it doesn't actually in game. Then I tried the J2M5, and on paper it said that I had a climb rate of something like 12.5 meters per second. But it's definitely not that bad, because that would be absolutely atrocious. But look at the climb rate. Look as my altitude increases and my speed increases, and you're getting an idea of my angles that I'm using here as well. This is again an arcade. I'm also going to try it in RB. But I'm seeing that altitude dial go up pretty damn fast. That is much better than 12.6 or 12.5 or whatever it was. And in RB it wasn't that bad either. I'm going at about a 20-degree angle, if not just a bit above it. And my altitude seems to be going up decently fast, so what it says on paper doesn't necessarily translate over into actual combat scenarios. But there you go guys, that's everything that I tried on the dev server yesterday. I didn't get to use every single vehicle because I only had 50,000 golden eagles to work with, which as you can imagine, you can't unlock every single vehicle that you want with that amount of golden eagles. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. What are you guys looking forward to? What is your most favorite thing that you are looking forward to? Until the next video, this is Krebs, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show, though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Mr. Captain.